guys, it's Sarah. Okay, today we're going to do a video that I've seen going around quite a bit, and I just haven't done it yet. And this was one idea that someone gave me from our reading retreat. I asked for some ideas because I was really hitting kind of a creative slump with my videos. I wasn't sure what to film, and I was like, I don't have any ideas. Like, do you guys have any ideas for me? And got quite a bit. And then someone recommended doing this one. I was like, oh, I could totally do that. Like, I didn't even think about doing something like this. So we are going to look at GoodReads. We're going to pull up the books that I have already read, and I'm going to sort them by average rating and go from the highest and kind of see what the highest rated books I've already read. So this is the best books I've read according to GoodReads. And I'm going to see if I agree because I might not. I'm really interested to see this. I've never looked into this to see what the average rating is after I've read it. I don't even think about it anymore. So it'll be interesting to see what comes about this. So I think I'm going to do maybe the top 10 and just see. Okay. So I'll do my books. I'm going to go in to the books that I've read. And we will do, okay, right now it's sorted by date read. So let me sort by average rating. And then we'll make sure the highest is on top. Let's see. The highest is on top. Okay. All right. So the first one is weird. Legendary Landscapes, which is a coloring book. And I rated this because the company sent me that when I was doing scrapbooking. So, yeah, but I don't think that counts as not an actual novel book. So we're not going to count that one. Okay. So number one is The Only Plane in the Sky, An Oral History of 9/11 by Garrett M. Gramp. Yes. 100% I agree with that. That is, as far as nonfiction goes, that book had the biggest impact on me. I sobbed through that book. That one hit me really, really hard. So it's literally an oral history of 9/11. So it's told through interviews with people who lived through it, with families of victims, with first responders, with military people. There's excerpts of interviews. There's excerpts of the air traffic control recordings are included in this, and they're real. And I listened to this and read along at the same time, and I can't recommend that highly enough. But listening to that, I had to keep stopping it because I was crying, just because I remember that day and all the questions, what is going on and why is it going on, was so prevalent that day. Just, oh man, it's really hard to think about even still. But yeah, so 100% I agree that is one of the best books ever. Know My Name by Chanel Miller. Yep. That one is also very, very good. I mean, I 5-starred it. So that one is another nonfiction. That's interesting. The first two are nonfiction. So Chanel is the woman who was raped by Brock Turner, and he basically got a slap on the wrist. And it was her experience going through that, not only the incident, but the aftermath and everything that she had to deal with the media and what are the words I'm looking for? The way she was seen and talked about and viewed because of it. Yeah, it was amazing. Just what a strong woman she came out on the other side of, this. I mean, will she ever be on the other side of it? I don't know. It's always going to affect her, but, yeah, she's an incredible person. All right, next. Oh, we're going in with Fourth Wing. All right. I I 100% agree with this. I loved Fourth Wing. I have a whole reading vlog if you want to see it down below. Loved, loved, loved that book. Okay, so that is the top 3. Okay, then we get into Kingdom of Ash. Okay. As you can see, I only gave this 3 stars. This was probably my least favorite Sarah J. Maas book. Here's why. I am of the personal belief that if I had read Kingdom of Ash and Tower of Dawn closer together after finishing book 5, if I had just kept going and finished out the series, I think this would have been much higher. I think I waited too long. I forgot a lot of what had happened in the series. So a lot of it was like I was trying to go, wait a minute, why is this person over here again? It was a lot of that for me. And I felt like a lot of the book wasn't super action-y. And I don't know, I finished it just feeling kind of like, okay. And it was the ending of a series. And not that there wasn't this big epic battle, there was, but I don't know. It felt underwhelming to me. And it took me a really long time to read that book. I think it took me 2 full months to read that book. But I really, truly do believe if I had kept going and not waited years in between like books 6 and 7, I think I would have enjoyed it more because I would have still been in the story and still been in the world and the mind frame and, you know, all that. So I wouldn't have spent so much time going, I don't understand why this is happening. So I think that's a me problem. I feel like Throne of Glass is something I would probably reread at some point in my life, like way later on. So when I get to that point and read this one again, it would be interesting to see how I feel. But I firmly believe that that's me. Okay, so that is number 4. Number 5 is A Sun Does Shine by Anthony Ray Hinton. Yes, another nonfiction. And this one is about Anthony's experience being wrongfully incarcerated. And he spent a majority of his life behind bars for a crime he did not commit. And he was put there because of how he looks. The injustice of the judicial system in this book is gross. And the fact that things like this can still happen is, I can't, you guys. It's not thorough. It's not real. There are ridiculous laws that prevent things from happening. There are ridiculous loopholes that prevent things from happening. And the fact that people think that they can just, not the fact that they think, the fact that people can manipulate the system is disgusting to me because, okay, that's all I'm going to say. Whew, this book is fantastic though. Okay. Number 6, When Stars Are Scattered by Victoria Jameson. And I can't see who the other author is. Okay, hang on. I need to click on it because, okay, Omar Mohammed. That's right. It's his story. This is actually a middle grade graphic novel, and it's a nonfiction. So this follows Omar and his family when they were living in a refugee camp in Africa. And, oh man, this book. I love the way it was told in the graphic novel form, and just the things that he and his brother had to go through were very sad, and his whole village was very sad. And the way that he took control of his education was incredible, and how important it was to him, and how he reacted to the Americans that were there to help was interesting. And yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. All right, number 7, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now this one is a 5-star and 100% warranted. This was my favorite of this series, of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, by far. Loved this book. That's another series I would reread at some point in my life. I would probably just reread her series, to be honest. Not yet, but at some point, yes. Yeah, it was fantastic. And I loved the book too. I think everybody does. That's the very popular opinion on that one. Okay, number 8. This is interesting. All Roads Lead to Here, which is a short story by Abby Jimenez that is part of the Part of Your World. But not everybody has access to that. She only sent it out to her newsletter subscribers. So it's really interesting to see that on here as my number 8 highest rated. So let me actually see how many ratings this has, because it's not going to be many. Yeah, 49. There's 49 reviews, 286 ratings. So I almost feel like that doesn't count. So maybe we'll go number 8 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Okay, yes, please. Although number 7 is not my favorite book in the Harry Potter series, I feel like the middle part, 3, 4, and 5 are like my favorites, like that chunk in the middle. Although they're all 5 stars, let's be real. And it was a great ending. It was a great ending. But like 3, 4, and 5 are kind of like the sweet spot for me in the Harry Potter series. So we'll just say that one's number 8. Number 9 is The Nightingale. 100%. That is one of my, can you see what I wrote? I wrote Ron Burgundy voice. I'm in a glass case of emotion. Okay. Seriously, I was with that book. That is like my number 3 favorite book of all time, hands down. Still, that's one I would reread in a heartbeat. World War II historical fiction that follows 2 sisters, and the roles that they played in the war, they are very different roles and how it affects them. Stunning book. Okay, so that would be number 9, and number 10 is Empire Storms by Sarah J. Maas. 3 Sarah J. Maas books in my top 10. 2 from Throne of Glass. This is number 5, and then 1 from Court of Thorns and Roses. Interesting. Okay, Empire Storms was my favorite book in the series of Throne of Glass, hands down. It was so good. It was action-packed. There were things happening left and right. It left off on such a cliffhanger. I can't believe I didn't move right into number 6. I don't know. I did it wrong. It was me, guys. I completely read Throne of Glass the improper way. I did not give it the justice it deserved. But yeah. So this one was my favorite one of the entire series, though. Empire Storms was so good. And then just for funsies, like the next one's Harry Potter, and then Harry Potter, and then Sarah J. Maas, and then Harry Potter. So, yep, that's the thing. So the top 10 books, according to GoodReads, that are the best books that I've read. Do I agree? Yeah. Well, I'll accept Kingdom of Ash. But again, I think that's my fault. Yeah, but those were pretty much, like every single one of those was, other than that one was 5 stars and just absolutely love. So I think I did pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good there. And I'm surprised how many were nonfiction. That was actually a pretty big, like half of those were nonfiction. So that's interesting. Yeah. All right. Let me know your thoughts down below. And let me know if you use GoodReads. Go onto your Red Shelf and sort them by average rating and see what your highest rated book is, and let me know down below and whether or not you agree. I'm really interested to see that one. What that would pop up for you. All right. I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.